North Texas doctor is in custody accused of contaminating IV bags. Investigators believe those compromised IV bags resulted in the death of another doctor and left several patients with severe injuries.
Even the simplest medical procedure comes with a percentage of risks, and patients are warned about this during the consultation. Naturally, when a patient then agrees, they are doing so with the belief that the medical team in charge of their care is going to be doing everything they can to ensure their well-being. It never crosses their mind that their lives will be endangered because of one person's petty vendetta against the facility where they are receiving treatment. Reynaldo Rivera Ortiz Jr., 59, was an anesthesiologist working at a North Dallas surgical center. Ortiz already had 2 strikes against him. In 2018, he was reprimanded for failing to report his arrest on an animal cruelty charge. In 2020, he was disciplined for a procedure where a patient required CPR after Ortiz performed anesthesia. In truth, Ortiz had a long history of violence. According to court records in the animal cruelty case, Ortiz's neighbor, Roxanne Bogdan, helped his ex-girlfriend move out of his house in 2014 after police were called there over a domestic dispute. Bogdan would also later testify about this incident at a hearing for the woman's protective order against Ortiz. Bogdan believed that Ortiz blamed her for his split from his former girlfriend. The day before the shooting, Ortiz allegedly visited Bogdan's home and argued with his girlfriend on speakerphone over a child custody arrangement. The next day, Bogdan heard Ortiz's sports car peel into the driveway, and shortly afterward, a gun was fired. When she ran into her backyard, she discovered her dog's chest covered in blood. Ortiz was convicted of misdemeanor cruelty to a non-livestock animal and sentenced to 25 days in jail, 2 years of community supervision, and a $4,000 fine for shooting the dog. He was also ordered to pay $505 for the dog's veterinary bill, attend anger management counseling, and refrain from harassing or threatening his girlfriend, their kids, and his neighbors and their children. In 1995, Ortiz was arrested for assault, causing bodily injury to a spouse. In 2005, a second female partner filed for an emergency protective order against Ortiz, and in December 2014, he was arrested for the assault involving domestic violence involving a third partner. Given his temper and history of seeking revenge, it was only a matter of time before his actions escalated. In May 2022, Ortiz learned about a disciplinary investigation regarding a patient who stopped breathing while under his care during a routine procedure, and Ortiz failed to maintain the airway. Ortiz became quite angry and claimed that the hospital was trying to crucify him. Days later marked the beginning of a series of troubling events. One of the victims was a colleague of Ortiz. Anesthesiologist Melanie Kaspar, 55, had been ill and decided to take an IV bag home on June 21st to rehydrate. Almost immediately after inserting the IV into her vein, she suffered a serious cardiac event and died. When the police arrived at her residence, they found her dead with the IV still in her arm. The Dallas medical examiner conducted an autopsy, which concluded that the cause of death was a heart attack resulting from accidental bupivacaine poisoning. Bupivacaine is a numbing agent that the Justice Department said is rarely abused, but it is used to alleviate pain during surgery. 2 months later, on August 24th, an 18-year-old male patient experienced a cardiac emergency during a routine sinus surgery. The teen was intubated and transferred to a local ICU. Chemical analyses of the fluid from a saline bag used during his surgery revealed the presence of bupivacaine, epinephrine, a stimulant, and lidocaine, drugs that could have caused the patient's sudden symptoms. After the August 24th incident, the clinic was shut down and an investigation began. They uncovered at least 10 additional unexpected cardiac emergencies that happened during otherwise unremarkable surgeries between May and August 2022. This was considered an exceptionally high rate of complications over such a short period of time. During many of these cases, medical personnel were able to stabilize the patient only through the use of emergency measures. Most of the incidents occurred during longer surgeries that used more than one IV bag, including one or more bags retrieved mid-surgery from a stainless steel bag warmer. Fortunately, the bag warmer was within the range of a security camera. Investigators went over the footage and made some interesting discoveries. One instance caught Ortiz walking in a quick, furtive manner from the operating room to the bag warmer, where he placed a single IV bag inside, visually scanned the empty hallway, and quickly walked away. Just over an hour later, a middle-aged woman suffered a cardiac emergency during a scheduled cosmetic surgery after a bag from the warmer was used during her procedure. Ortiz was seen once more leaving an operating room carrying an IV bag concealed in what appeared to be a paper folder, swapping the bag with another bag from the warmer and walking away. Within half an hour, another middle-aged woman suffered a cardiac emergency during a scheduled cosmetic surgery after a bag from the warmer was used during her procedure. None of the cardiac incidents happened during Ortiz's surgeries, which in itself was strange enough given the high number of incidents. A nurse who worked on one of Ortiz's surgeries allegedly told law enforcement that Ortiz refused to use an IV bag she retrieved from the warmer, physically waving the bag off. The one common denominator for each of the cases was the fact that while none of them were under Ortiz's care, he was present at the clinic each time. No incidents occurred while Ortiz was on vacation. Facility staff discovered 2 IV bags in the warmer with small holes in their outer wrappers. The IV bags contained bupivacaine, the same drug found in each of the victims, and is not an ingredient listed in the bag's labeling. All these findings prompted the Texas Medical Board to suspend Ortiz's medical license. Their filing concluded that Ortiz's continued practice of medicine poses a continuing threat to the public welfare. The deliberation only lasted 15 minutes, with Ortiz being deemed a medical terrorist. Ortiz was arrested on September 14, 2022. He was charged via criminal complaint with tampering with a consumer product, causing death, and intentional drug adulteration. He was ordered to remain in custody without bail because he was deemed a flight risk. At the time of his arrest, he was carrying $7,000 in cash, owned a $1.3 million home, and had 5 luxury cars. Ortiz also had tax liens for owing the Internal Revenue Service millions of dollars, which might have made the idea of fleeing the country even more tempting. Ortiz could face life in prison if convicted on federal charges of tampering with a consumer product, causing death, and intentional drug adulteration. However, as of October 14, 2022, he is continuing to plead not guilty. His defense team has their work cut out for them, with a video footage of Ortiz tampering with the IV bags when he had no reason to be near the warmer at all. The prosecution already has a strong case built against him. Add that to the fact that he refused a bag for no other discernible reason during one of his surgeries, and that the incidents only occurred when he was present, and it is hard to find a way he could possibly be innocent. One of the most tragic aspects of this case is that none of his victims had anything to do with Ortiz's grievance. Each was an innocent person who had trusted the medical care professionals to take care of them while they were at their most vulnerable. Those that survived will most likely never be able to have another medical procedure without the underlying fear of this happening again. As for the doctors and other anesthesiologists involved, those who, unlike Ortiz, were truly dedicated to their profession, they will be affected as well. Not only will they have to live with the misplaced guilt of giving their patient something that was ultimately harmful, but it will be difficult for any of them to trust their coworkers with the same level of ease, always wondering if another Ortiz is hidden among them. Reynaldo Ortiz, whatever the result of his trial, will probably never be allowed to practice medicine again. In truth, like those in authority, Ortiz should be held to a higher standard. Lives were in his care, and he deliberately put them in danger without a care for the outcome. His actions have damaged the public's faith in the medical profession and may even cause some not to seek medical treatment. Ortiz has been in trouble in the past, and each time he has been let off fairly easily with no serious repercussions. We can only hope that he is held accountable for his actions this time, and his temper is never allowed to be unleashed on future victims.
987 killing Timothy, Donald Dover. He is free when you still his God.